I don't know much about this guy, but you might want to dig a little bit deeper. You heard me mention that one of the philosophies that I go by is the Hermetic philosophy. And I mentioned some of the books like the Corpus Hermeticum. Now, if you actually dig a little bit deeper, then you will find that the Corpus Hermeticum, yes, that is the Greek version that was given to them by the Arabs. But if you were to go deeper than that, then you will realize that the Arabs received that information from the Cometics. And the Cometics claim to have received that information from the Atlanteans. So to do what you are doing here, which is trying to prove a point by stopping at a place in history that facilitates your racism, actually demonstrates that you do not conceptualize and understand what the Hermeticum is about. You see, many people are very intelligent. They've studied a lot and they've learned a lot. But what they haven't done is taken what they have studied and what they have learned and put it into an understanding that raises the vibration to which their minds think. You see, if you cannot take wisdom from the Greeks, if you cannot take wisdom from the Arabs, if you can't take wisdom from the Cometics, if you can't take wisdom from the Buddhists, from the Taoists, if you can't take wisdom from the Brahmins, from anybody else, you name it, if there is wisdom and yet you cannot take it simply because of a national origin or because of the amount of melanin that they may have in their skin or because of historical facts of conquering and colonizing, you are not vibrating as high as you think you are. And it's not the goal is to bring your mind from lead to gold. That is the alchemical mindset, because within that video, what I talked about also was having the alchemical mindset of changing your thoughts from lead to gold. A mindset cannot go from lead to gold and yet still harbor ideas of nationalism, ideas of racism, ideas of sexism. You cannot elevate your consciousness to the Christ mind, the Buddha head, get into the way of the universe if you cannot accept good wisdom from wherever it comes from. That is one of the teachings of the Hermetics, is that wisdom comes in all shapes and sizes, comes in all creeds and nationalities. You cannot determine from whom the wisdom comes from as it being justified based on a nationality or a race. As I said, you seem to have studied more than most. And if that is true, then I would implore you to really develop the wisdom to which you have studied. You sound a lot like a Christian who has read some of the works of scholars. And even though those scholars say that there may be a historical Jesus, but the biblical version of Jesus does not exist. They do not believe in Jesus as the Son of God. They do not believe in the miracle walking Jesus. But they will accept that a historical Yeshua more than likely existed. For that person, they will then say that, this scholar who is a skeptic does believe in Jesus. When truth is, you just took the parts that fit your narrative so that you can maintain the level of vibration to which you're in instead of making a big swing to the right. Open your mind, open your thoughts, study without a landing point, and you will find that there is more wisdom in the world than you can ever contain. So always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.